Hey there, I just want to talk about one really good way to support me, and that is Musical.ly. Yes, not Musical.ly like the shit mobile app where there's a bunch of screaming fucking retards, but I'm talking about music, like music that I work on. As you may or may not know, I am a musician, and I have a new track coming out very soon, actually. It's a trance track, if you know what trance is, but if you don't, have a listen to this. Links regarding this upcoming track that will be around at the end of April will be in the video description. Thank you for supporting me. If you decide to do so, let's get on to the video. Alright, so, yeah, I was just making dinner for myself, and because I was like, oh yeah, this package is probably gonna get here at like 7 o'clock or something, you know, super late. Oh, that's on my hands now. Anyways, yeah, if you watched my last video, you should probably know what this is. So let's just open the son of a bitch, yeah. Figure out where the flaps are at. I think that's it right there. But I'm not 100 on that. Nope. Man, these guys really package this stuff well, which is a good thing for something like this that needs to absolutely be packaged immaculately. Okay. I don't know. Is that it? No. It has to be though. Okay, jump cut. Jeez, talk about solid packaging. I had to like physically dismantle the box. Anyways, yeah, here is that beta deck I was talking about. That is something I am going to need to blur out. Right. Anyways, this is actually packaged quite well. Well, let me see if I can stage the shot. Or, you know what, fuck it, I'll just go to when I get this thing open. So, yes, here it is. Here's the box. That should be indicative of what's inside. But yeah, they really did package this thing quite well. It does have the original box, but the top flaps are missing, so they just put it in another box and put a bunch of crap over it to keep it from going bad. And I have a feeling that the problems with that deck right there partially can be due to shipping, because for all I know, that deck could have worked perfectly fine and could have just gotten jostled around. So good to see that this is packaged somewhat better than the other one was. So let me get in here. You can already see branding and stuff right there from the outside of the plastic wrap. They did make sure that this thing was in here really well, which I really appreciate. If I can get this damn plastic off of here, I would appreciate that as well. But wow, that's actually in better condition than I thought it would be. And there you have it. That is a Sony SL-HF600. This is a later period high-end beta machine. Now, it's not as high-end as, say, the SL-HF600 or something, which is basically a professional editing rig, but, you know, this one's got all the cool stuff that you'd want on a beta, you know, in the mid-90s, so you can, you know, it's got super beta picture, it's got hi-fi sound, which is pretty fucking awesome. It's got a bunch of other features, which, there's a website that I've actually looked at this thing on. I'll list all the features on there for you if you want to see it. But yeah, I actually want to clean this thing up a little bit and see how it works, but I kind of have to eat too, so, you know. There you go. Well, it looks like it's got a couple quirks off the bat. You gotta really push that tape in there to get it going, but I already know how to fix that. That's actually just a simple loading mechanism issue. I know how to take the loading mechanisms in this chassis apart. I believe this is 711 Type B or whatever the balls the chassis is called. It's the same as my SL-300 over here. So I'm gonna rewind this tape. This is actually a recording I made of Shenmue off my Dreamcast, so I'm gonna rewind the tape all the way. There it goes. It's rewound. So, let's see if you eject the tape, actually. I want to see that. That's something my SL-300 will not do. Yes! Yes, it does. Awesome. Okay, now loading it. It's kind of weird with this one. No, I took it. It did pretty good. Okay. So that might not be as much of a problem as I thought. So let's play this tape. Now, it is going to be a little kind of, you know, in sound. It's going to change pitch on me a little bit because the deck I recorded on, which is this one, yeah, the head was a little bit dirty at the time, so I already know this is a little bit of a finicky one. But this is a brand new tape that I recorded this on, so it's going to play pretty good, I think. That it does. Looks like this thing needs a head cleaning because it's a little bit, you know, there's some streaking going on, but other than that, it's working fucking wonderfully. There I am setting the fucking time and date. This is great. It actually fucking works properly right out of the gate, which is bizarre for a beta deck of this vintage. Let me fast forward. It actually sounds smooth. It sounds like it's working properly. It's not like mechanically noisy like my SL-300 is. This is playing wonderfully. This is recorded on my other deck and it's actually handling the tape very well. I believe it was recorded in Super Beta. They are both Super Beta decks. Well, yeah, this one is actually Super Beta HiFi. So, you know, fuck off, you plebe. But yeah, this one's got a bunch of really cool features. It's got that really sick looking display. It's got peak level meters and all that kind of shit. So I can't wait to actually start using this thing properly. As to be expected, the playback quality is stellar, and this one has some cool features like frame by frame. Check this shit out. That's fucking awesome. I love this shit to death. That right there is a sign of superiority. Yeah, this one, I'm gonna have some fun with this fucking thing. And of course, you know it's quality when the Bourne Identity Part 1 is crossed out and it's just replaced with the nondescript Chuck Norris. So this tape is probably fucking indestructible or something. Here's a little bit of sacrilege for you. Betacam tape. Betamax deck. What you're about to see will shock you. And that, children, is what happens when you record a Betacam tape on a Betamax deck to play back on a Betamax deck. It works, actually. That's sort of well known, but, you know, yeah. A lot of people, there is the misconception that Betacam tapes are entirely, completely incapable of working with Betamax machines. As you can see, that's not the case. If you record a blank new Betacam tape on a Betamax deck, it will therefore be compatible, therein be compatible with the Betamax decks and only Betamax decks. But if you record it with a Betacam system, basically what happens is they're not interchangeable. You can't view recordings from one system on the other. So, you know, there you go. But it does work. This is satisfaction. This deck is nice and quiet, and it's just, it works, and I need to clean it off. I will be right back. There we go, all nice and cleaned up and shiny. Look at that shit. Look at that. That is fucking stunning. This thing looks absolutely fucking incredible. It's got like that late 80s look that I just fucking love to death. Look at that. Look at that shit. Let me get the light off there a little bit. Does that not look fucking amazing? It's just, and then it does this too, just to really fucking be even more amazing. You have all kinds of stuff. You have like your super beta mode on off. You have your sharpness adjust. You have let's see, hi-fi normal, so that just turns beta hi-fi on. Stereo, mono, things like that. That right there lets you choose if you're going to shoot in beta 2 or 3. There's the clock and stuff like that. Timer's set, so you can set, you know, event timer and that stuff. So yeah, this thing, beautiful, and it works. It's just, I don't have to open it up, but I will probably tomorrow, just to you know, open it up and give it a little bit of an internal cleaning, and you know, because right now externally I just polished it up and it looks fucking stunning. It is spotless. It's just beautiful. Oh, there's some dust in there. Let me get you out of there. Yeah, it's really ancient 80s caked on there dust, but I will get you out of there. I will make you clean and beautiful again. Hey, Ben. We're gonna take you for a spin. First, we're gonna make sure you're rewinded all the way. God, this deck is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. And it works wonderfully right out of the box. I didn't have to do any, fucking around with it to get it to work. I actually managed to get it to work right out of the box. Although tomorrow I'm going to open it and give it a head cleaning and all that fun shit. But, ain't that wonderful. There goes the face detection on the camera. Jesus. This is so meta. It would have been even better if the Betamax episode of Archive was not laced with a bunch of stuff that could potentially get Ben sued by 27 different firms. But yeah, this is brilliant. Very meta. Very brilliant.